Welcome back. We've crossed the halfway mark and in the top half of ranking England's 48 counties. From this point on, every county is a genuinely desirable place to live, but they all have a but. In this part, I'm counting down from 24 to 19. I'll visit England's smallest historic county, 29, a place defined by the Cotswolds effect, the flashy Golden Triangle, and the famously weird and wonderful Brighton. Let's dive in.
Next up, we have a curiosity. It's Rutland, England's smallest historic county. Its motto is multum in parvo, which is Latin for much in little, and that sums it up perfectly. It's basically two market towns, Oakham and Uppingham, and a massive man-made lake called Rutland Water, all surrounded by some of the most unspoiled countryside you'll ever see. The vibe is posh, but in a very understated, old money kind of way. It's all tweed jackets, Land Rover Defenders, and stone cottages with roses around the door. Because it's so small, there's a real sense of community here. It feels like everyone knows everyone. It's incredibly safe, clean, and ridiculously pretty. It's like the Shire, but with a sailing club. Best neighborhoods and spots. Honestly, you can't really go wrong. Both towns are lovely. For village life, look at places on the peninsula in the middle of Rutland Water, like Hambleton, which is eye-wateringly expensive, but just about perfect. And the numbers. Median home price is surprisingly hefty, £338,000. Small county, big price tag, with an average rent range of around £900 to £1,200 a month if you can find a place. And median household income is decent, around £38,000. You need it. Avoid thinking you can just pop to the shops for a pint of milk after 6 p.m. That's about it. In terms of crime, it's one of the safest places in the country. The biggest danger here is probably being run over by a horse. The major con is its size and isolation are a double-edged sword. Cambridgeshire, a county of two completely different worlds. In the south, you have the city of Cambridge itself, a global center of genius, history, and eye-watering expense. Then you have the rest of it. The vibe is split right down the middle. Cambridge City is buzzing, intellectual, and full of tourists, cyclists, and students from every corner of the globe. Let's talk numbers. The county median home price. In Cambridge City, it's over £500,000. An average rent range. A flat in Cambridge could be £1,700 plus. A house in Wisbech might be £800. Median household income varies wildly, from about £31,000 in Fenland to over £44,500 in South Cambridgeshire. Best neighborhoods. In the south, villages like Grantchester are idyllic. Ely, with its magnificent cathedral rising out of the fens. The market town of St. Ives is also a real gem. Parts of Peterborough have a reputation for being rough. In the fens, towns like Wisbech and March face significant economic challenges and can feel quite isolated. Gloucestershire is another county that sells a very specific dream. For most people, it means one thing: the Cotswolds. It's the England of Hollywood movies, impossibly beautiful limestone villages, rolling hills, and cozy pubs with roaring fires. But there's more to it than that. There's the Forest of Dean, the city of Gloucester, and the Regency elegance of Cheltenham. The vibe is a mix of agricultural heritage and serious money. The numbers: median home price is around £377,000, but expect to pay way more in the Cotswolds. Average rent range is about £950 to £1,300, with Cheltenham being a particular hotspot. And median household income is around £37,500. In the Cotswolds, take your pick. Bourton-on-the-Water, Stow-on-the-Wold, Painswick. They're all stunning. Cheltenham is fantastic for its shopping, festivals, and architecture. For something a bit different, the villages in the Forest of Dean have a unique, slightly wild feel. The major con is the Cotswolds effect. The sheer popularity and wealth of the Cotswolds casts a huge shadow over the rest of the county. It drives up house prices everywhere, making it unaffordable for many locals. And a tourist in a Cotswold pub asks the landlord, "Does it always rain here?" The landlord replies, "No, sometimes it snows." And on other days, the roads are blocked by David Beckham's Range Rover. On to Cheshire. It's a county with a very distinct image. It's famous for cheese, the Cheshire cat, and being the home of a frankly ridiculous number of footballers. This is the heart of the Golden Triangle, an area of immense wealth where hedge fund managers and Premier League stars live in gigantic houses with high gates. The vibe is flashy, there's a lot of money here, and it isn't always quiet about it. In towns like Alderley Edge and Wilmslow, you'll see more supercars than you can shake a stick at. But that's only one side of it. The historic city of Chester, with its Roman walls and black and white Tudor buildings, is beautiful and has a more grounded feel. And the numbers, median home price is about £285,000 on average, but in the Golden Triangle, you're talking millions. Average rent range from £800 in some towns to £2,500 plus for a house in the desirable spots. And median household income is very healthy £41,000, one of the highest outside the southeast. Best neighborhoods. If you have the money, the villages within the Golden Triangle, like Pressbury, are where you want to be. The city of Chester is fantastic for just about everyone. For a quieter life, the sandstone villages like Tarporley are stunning and feel a world away from the bling. All right, let's keep this train rolling. We're breaking into the top 20 now. These are the counties where the good starts to seriously outweigh the bad. Let's get into it. At number 20, we land in the mystical, cider-soaked lands of Somerset. It's a place of immense natural diversity, with the wild hills of Exmoor, the limestone Mendips, the flat watery expanse of the Somerset Levels, and the historic cities of Bath and Wells. The vibe is a quirky mix of agricultural tradition and New Age spirituality. It's a place where you can find grizzled farmers drinking scrumpy cider in one pub, and crystal-wielding hippies in the next. It's famously laid back, creative, and a little bit weird. The cities of Bath and Wells bring a touch of Georgian elegance and ecclesiastical grandeur to the otherwise rural landscape. And the numbers, the median home price, is fairly steep £315,000, with average rent between £900 to £1,200. And median household income is roughly £33,500. Best neighborhoods and spots in the city of Bath is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and simply one of the most beautiful cities on earth. Wells, England's smallest city, is equally charming. The market town of Frome has become a trendy bohemian hub packed with independent shops. The coastal resort of Weston-super-Mare can feel a bit dated and tacky. The town of Bridgewater is functional. The major con is low wages and poor infrastructure. Somerset is a poor county. Wages are significantly below the national average, making the high house prices driven up by people moving from London and Bristol completely unaffordable for many locals. Outside of the M5 corridor, the rural roads are slow, and public transport is sparse, making it a difficult place to get around without a car. Next, East Sussex is a county of two distinct personalities. On the one side, you have Brighton, fiercely independent, bohemian, creative, and proudly weird. Then you have the rest of the county, which is much more traditional. It's a land of genteel seaside towns, the rolling South Downs, and historic battlefields. The vibe is the same. In Brighton, it's energetic, liberal, and young at heart. In towns like Eastbourne or Bexhill, the pace is much slower, popular with retirees, and it feels like a classic English seaside resort from a bygone era. Then you have lovely, historic towns like Lewes and Rye. The median home price is £370,000, driven way up by the Brighton effect. And Average rent, expect to pay between £1,100 to £1,600 for a two-bed and much more in Brighton. Median household income is around £35,000. Some of the coastal towns further east, like Hastings and St. Leonard's, parts of Eastbourne away from the seafront, can also feel quite neglected. The major con is the cost of living is absolutely brutal, especially in and around Brighton. It has London prices without London wages. The housing market is a nightmare for buyers and renters alike.
And there you have it, numbers 24 down to 19. We're seeing a new kind of problem emerge in these top-tier counties, the cost of success. Whether it's the house prices in Cambridgeshire or the brutal cost of living in Brighton, their popularity comes at a steep price. The quality of life is high. But can the average person afford it? Let me know your thoughts. We are getting incredibly close to the top 10 now. In the next part, we count down from 18 to 13. These are the heavy hitters, the counties that are nearly perfect. You won't want to miss it.